Hello, welcome to another episode of Whether or Not. I'm your host, Mr. Squeegee, and this is being brought to you on behalf of WindowCleaningResource.com, home to all your year-round window cleaning supplies. Today I want to talk to you briefly about tips, actually little things that we can do to make our window cleaning in the winter a little easier, a little more efficient, a little safer for us. And that's one of the things today I want to talk about is here's the backflip. You may be familiar with this, many of you guys may have one of this, or Unger's vice versa. Basically a two-in-one tool where you're able to use the strip washer and then flip it right around and use the squeegee. The benefit to that, of course, is I'll just do this window real quick and show you, is that you're able to get up there, get the window wet, scrub down real good, and then just flip it around, and you're able to squeegee that window without problem. On colder days, that allows me to not have to worry about the window freeze up quite as bad. I can get it done a little quicker, it's a little easier on me. You might also notice that I have a Pulex Micro Tiger sleeve on there. It's an abrasive sleeve. There's even a special little abrasive tab on the end. I happen to be today at one of my quarterly accounts, which means the birds are going to have gotten to this a little bit worse than they do others. So this really comes in handy for scrubbing those outsides and maybe saving me from having to scrape quite so much. Again, it's time savings, it's safe. I don't have to take my razor out, less chance of slipping and cutting myself. So again, a safety feature. One of the other things you might have noticed is that on my pole, we talked about this before, I've wrapped part of it down at the bottom and up here about where my hands go a lot of times. You can try that because, again, this is a metal pole. It's going to be cold. We've talked in other episodes about keeping your hands a little warmer by having wrap on there. It's also a little sturdier because they're going to get wet, they're going to get slippery. It saves me a little bit of time. Another episode we talked about wrapping our handles. Again, making it a little easier on you to get a grip on things and not lose that handle quite as bad. And you might notice scrim. I love scrim. It's one of the best things I've come across for window cleaning, especially in the winter. I used to go through just dozens of hucks every day in the wintertime doing my houses, just because they just don't dry out as well in the winter. Neither do hucks, but just by virtue of its sheer size and its absorbency, it really does a much better job for me. So if you get a chance, stop into the window cleaning resource store and pick yourself up some scrim, because that's going to save your life many times over. The other thing I use for detailing now is the chamois. Might have seen Phil and Sanchez talking about chamois. It's a handy little thing to have for those windows. Again, sometimes winter I have to back up. It's not an easy place to step. I might leave a big swat of water at the bottom. So instead of trying to squeegee that off again, I'll just throw the chamois on the pole and run across there and soak most of that up and then finish detailing with the scrim. And that really saves a lot of time and it makes it a little easier so I don't have to try to step back into an area that just might be unsafe. So those are just a few of the things that you can do at this time of year to make yourself a little safer, make yourself a little more efficient, and just in general make winter window cleaning a little more pleasant. So I want to thank you. This has been another episode of Whether or Not. I'm your host, Mr. Squeegee, and on behalf of Window Cleaning Resource, I'd like to thank you.